Well, this is the shock that Washington did not see coming because one of America's closest Muslim allies, the United Arab Emirates, has just rejected Donald Trump's Gaza plan. That's right, the same UAE that normalized ties with Israel under the Abraham Accord has now said a big, bold no to Donald Trump's new international mission for Gaza. Now, here's what's happening, and it's bigger than it looks. After months of bloodshed, Trump unveiled his grand ceasefire plan for Gaza. The deal that aims to end the fighting, rebuilding the strip, and install something new, and that is an international stabilization force. Also, we can call it ISF. This particular force, backed by the US and its allies, was supposed to take control of Gaza once Hamas withdraws. To restore order, to bring peace, to show that America is still the world's problem solver. And then the UAE stepped forward and quietly said that we are not joining. In fact, according to a senior Emirati official, the reason is very simple. The reason is that there is no clear plan, no framework, no defined mission, no clarity on who's in charge or what happens if things go wrong. And that's not all. The UAE believes that the plan could turn into a trap, basically a force sent to stabilize Gaza but end up caught in chaos. Can you think about the optics here? Trump's grand post-war vision, backed by the US generals and UN diplomats, is now being questioned by the very country that once stood by him as a model of a Middle East partnership. The UAE was supposed to be the anchor of Arab cooperation, and now it's become the first Muslim ally to defy Washington publicly. That's not just hesitation, that's a political earthquake, my friends. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Well, this rejection gives Hamas something that it hasn't had in a while, and that is moral victory. Because when an Arab nation says no to the US-led mission, it strengthens the narrative that the Muslim world doesn't trust America's promises anymore. Hamas fighters, the Al-Qassam Brigade, they are calling this proof that even the US allies are seeing through the plan. They are basically celebrating it online, framing it as a sign that Muslim unity is rising again. So now, let's connect the dots here. Trump's plan was meant to end the Gaza war conflict. Instead, it is now dividing their own coalition. The UAE's defiance has emboldened others. In fact, reports suggest that Qatar, Kuwait, and even Jordan, they are quietly reconsidering their roles too. And that means that the so-called World Army for Gaza might not even get off the ground. Make no mistakes, this is a major blow to Trump's Middle East strategy. It's not just about Gaza anymore. It is about trust. If the UAE, one of Washington's strongest Muslim partners, won't join this whole mission, then who will? That's the big question. And if nobody steps forward, then what happens to Gaza? Will it fall back into chaos, or will Hamas seize this moment as a symbol of defiance and survival? One thing is very clear here, this is not the peace deal that the US expected. It is turning into a test of loyalty, power and politics, where even allies, they are starting to choose the sides.